Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot, and I'm Denise, and this reading is for our Tuesday, October 6th. So as always, I'm aligning with the laws of love, and of course love and truth are the same, and I'm opening up to whatever it is that we need to know for the day, what would help us the most for Tuesday, October 6th. Okay. Okay, so we have the Nine of Wands reversed, the King of Wands straight up, Six of Swords straight up, of course, Seven of Pentacles straight up, and the Ten of Cups straight up. Looks like a pretty good day. Not that even if they were all reversed, we can still make things a good day. But this day, well, some of us may be traveling. This card, the center card, I always intend to be the theme for the day. But it can also be like noontime. So maybe morning time, you're getting ready to travel. And then you actually set out, around noon. That's possible. But with the Six of Swords, I mean, you can see there's storm clouds in the back, and there's smooth water in the front, and it's like I look at these as crows representing spiritual law, and that she's moving towards a smoother path in life. This is a card of initiation. It's a card of immigration as well. It's a card of traveling lightly because, of course, you can't take a whole lot to jump on this little boat. But we can look at the boat as being us, like our vehicle, our body. When we get this vehicle for each lifetime, and can we navigate by heading straight on in the direction that we want to go, or do we not take self-responsibility for ourselves and let life just kind of throw us around? That's what happens if we don't take self-responsibility. But once you know that you create your own reality, then you can always change the direction. And then, of course, with intention and work and, constant focus on whatever it is that's holding you back, knowing that those are your false beliefs. And sometimes just timing, timing is more challenging in the earthly plane here, because we have we are bound by the limitations of this time-space continuum, under the laws of the planet Saturn, where in the universe, in the highest realm from, where we hail, from which we came, it's all bliss, it's all love, there's no such thing as time. And once you think of something and feel yourself, just that idea and that experience, once you get that in your head, bam, you're there. And in those highest realms, you can't even have a negative thought. Like, imagine that. Imagine not even being able to have a negative thought. That would be a wonderful way to navigate. But when we do have the negative thoughts that come up, which, with the swords, we're in the realm of thoughts and communication. But movement, swords move. I think all the cards move. It's just that the pentacles move more slowly. But anyway, with the Six of Swords, and going back to, the idea of each lifetime we have, our vehicle, and we can look at the ocean or any water, any body of water is looking like the river of life. And to navigate on the river of life, you do have to make decisions so that you're not thrown back and forth, and you do have to steer the course. If you're ever caught in a storm, this reminds me of something that happened when I was actually pregnant with my youngest son at the time, and my dad had been a captain for years. He had his own boat for years and years, and we went to Catalina, and so my whole family, my mom, my dad, my sister and her boyfriend. And I think my brother and his family weren't there that time, but me and my husband at the time and my 2 kids, we're all, you know, on Catalina Island with my dad. And all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, he's like, "Oh, we have to get out of here." And I don't know how he knew how to do it, because a storm was coming in and the boats were being knocked, you know, back and forth. They were hitting each other, you know, in the docking area. And so he got out. He knew how to get out. And, you know, maybe it would have been better to just try and get us up onto the land. You know, I think that might have been like probably the smarter thing to do, but you know, I mean, maybe he didn't want to lose his boat. Maybe that's what it was, and maybe he didn't realize how bad it was. It got terrible. But what he did is he faced each wave head on. He didn't let it go sideways, you know, because the waves are coming up and they can knock you over. You've probably seen movies like that one. Oh my goodness, I can't remember. It starts with a P, and it's like you know, there's a big boat that goes up, you know, like this, like the wave is up this way, and then somehow he made it through. I want to say George Clooney was in the movie, but I can't remember. I could be totally off because it's so long ago. But anyway, whether my dad, you know, did things right, at least, you know, we didn't drown, we didn't capsize, we didn't die. It was an awful experience, but we got through it in probably an hour. We got to calmer water. He learned a tremendous lesson. I learned about the way waves worked. And being pregnant was so weird. It was like I was the only one, my dad and I were the only ones like not green and throwing up. And my ex at the time, he was green, but he wasn't throwing up. My husband at the time. So anyway, so there's that holding firm, going in the direction that you want to go. And trying things out. You can always change the direction later, but if you know, have your conviction and you're aligned with the laws of love, and you want to head to peaceful, much more peaceful, which is what this card is about, peaceful places, then that's the direction I believe everyone should go. And notice she has a red shawl or cape, whatever, but you know, there's that power there. There's power here. There's a lot of love and power in the Ten of Cups here. So to understand, you know, your life force, the power of your life force can go in any direction that you want. And if you decide that it's not the right direction, you can turn and change course. You can do all kinds of, you know, different things in your adventure of life. You can experiment. And that's the beauty of life. Now, jumping back here to the Nine of Wands reversed, well, when it's straight up, we have to persevere. And we might sometimes even be, you know, feeling like, oh, it's so, you know, this is too hard. This is more than I can handle. Now, when it's in the reverse, you have to be very, very careful about just being, you know, kind of on edge and overly defensive. When it's straight up, it's a test of, you know, your perseverance. And boy, do these cards not go together, all of these. And so it's courage, you know, straight up and courage. It's your test of faith. And you do need to, you know, persevere. It's persistence. But when it's reversed, in the morning, you might wake up, maybe you didn't sleep so well, and maybe you know, I don't know. I hate to put that out there because I don't want to put any ideas in your head that don't support you the most. So let's intend to get a really good night's sleep, you know, going to bed on Monday. And Tuesday morning when we wake up, let's just be careful about being a little, what's that word when we're not, searching my mind for that word. When you know how it is when people don't believe in all the good in life. Oh, I'm so sorry. The word's like, it's just gone. But it causes us to be paranoid. At the worst, this card can be paranoia when it's reversed. And at the least, you're, you know, it can be being a little bit on edge and just hesitating. It could be that there's just something to hesitate about. So it might be that you wake up and you're hesitating, on moving forward, coming from your own power, and knowing that you can create a whole new life. You just, follow your inner torch, hold on to yourself, hold on to your beautiful self, and know that you can organize any new reality that you want, but it definitely does, it does matter what direction, it does matter that you take the direction from your inner being, and you go in the direction that you want, that you do not feel like a victim, and that you don't feel like, it's just really important to not feel that you're not able to create your own reality, and that life is just a big chaotic mess and you don't have any control, because that's not the truth at all. The truth is that life will always be mirroring back to you the sum total of all of your beliefs, whether you're conscious of them, whether you're aware of the beliefs or not. So the false beliefs that we're not aware of, wherever we are unconscious, and if it's a false belief, we do have our wise unconscious as well, just so you know that. But whenever we have a false belief that's going on, like if we don't believe in all the good in life, and there's so much reason to look at life and go, what are you talking about? There's no good in life. It's awful. We're going through a pandemic. The economy's in the tank. There's like so many awful things going on right now. People are hating each other. There's a lot. You're right. You're absolutely right. But because that's going on, that's a reflection of the mass consciousness that's out there. And we can look at the gift. The gift is that Earth is healing. Earth is getting a break. Gaia is getting a break. People can't just go flying willy-nilly all over the planet anymore just because they want to, or they think that that's the only way they can make a living. It's, immigration and getting on a plane once in a while, that's fine. But does that support the Earth? Is that the long-term sustainable thing to do? So there's that. But if we look at life on Earth as being a mirror, because we're here in Earth school, this is school, we do have to take our torch of truth from the inside, deciding on whatever it is that we want to create, and then align with all the love in the universe and know that you can do that, because that's who you are. You are a creator. And this universe is bound by law to receive you. That's the way it's set up. But until you know that, you're going to feel like this, and you're not going to feel like things can be good. You're just going to go with all the negativity, because that's the way it works. And then you can have, let's say you've got 60% of your consciousness going in the right direction towards a more peaceful place and abundant place. And then you've got 40% of you that's like, I don't know. Or maybe 20% that's like, I don't know. And then another 20% where you're totally unconscious of false beliefs. Well, whatever you're unconscious of, those false beliefs are the beliefs that are controlling your life. So all you have to do is, you want to get to the happy place, right? We all want to be happy. But all we have to do is look inside and see what beliefs are we nurturing? And if there's a negative voice that comes up that says, something like, oh, you can't do that, or you're not good enough, or, anything like that that's just ridiculous, question it. Take the torch of your truth and question it and go, what? Wait a minute. Hold on. Is it really the truth? And then try and figure out, of course, where the false belief came from. You have to process the emotional, material that comes up with it. And then from there, you can turn it around. You can just turn everything around. And you can turn your boat, yourself, your life. I always look at the boat as being, when there's holes in the boat, you're leaking energy. Life force is leaking out, and it's going in the wrong direction. And wherever we're not in truth, wherever we're not in alignment with the laws of love, then our life force doesn't really flow properly from the center out, and it doesn't vibrate with all the abundance in the universe. And in those areas, of untruth, then our life force will kind of turn against ourselves. So that's what we're working with all the time. We're trying to clear out the false beliefs. And as we do that, we stop wasting energy going in the wrong directions. It changes relationships, it changes everything in our lives. And then what happens is we start, we're plugging all these little tiny holes. It's like the life force is going in the right trajectory because now it can, because we're not wasting energy. So that's the way I see life. Now, with the Seven of Pentacles in the afternoon, again, we have to nurture whatever we've planted. This is a card of reassessment. We are evaluating, is this the right direction? Here we are, we're on a course, and then we look, well, okay, I've been doing this and this and this, like, maybe all 6 of these things worked really well, but there might be one little thing that didn't work so well, or maybe a couple little things that didn't work right, and we can change it. We can change it up. And then from there, you're open to, hopefully this night, you'll have a very, very, well, I hope for you that we have this 10 of Cups, the happiness card, the completely satisfied, happy family card, whether it's just with your friends or connecting with people. And I know, of course, nowadays, we're not able to be close like this together, unless you're a family that is, of course, in social distancing together, and of course, then you guys get that. But for other people, the closeness has to be shared from afar. But we can, because we can connect in with our beings. We connect at the heart levels. So we don't have to feel separate just because we can't physically hug each other all the time. Now, for younger people, it's harder, and for children, it's harder. But I always look at it as an opportunity. If you feel loneliness and you feel that need to be held, I always look at that as an opportunity to dive into the pain and just let yourself feel it. Cry as much as you need to. Let all the feelings flow. That's what the 10 of Cups is about. And now that doesn't mean that you don't deserve being held and deserve having all the closeness and the happiness of, the 10 of Cups. It just means that whenever we can't have what we want, it's really important to honor the feelings that come up around the not having it. And that's another way that we, heal the little holes that might be in our boat. And then later on, we can have this. We will have the closeness. This card is all about tenderness of the heart, and it's the most satisfied card in the whole deck. The World card in the Major Arcana, that might be one of the most accomplished and satisfied cards as well. But on an emotional level, this is it. This is utter happiness. So yeah, I think I'll just leave you with, the question, what would make you really happy? How do you plan to get there? What has been making you unhappy and defensive and paranoid possibly and on edge? And how do you plan to heal that? And yeah, this can be one of those breakthrough days, it feels like to me. Wonderful. Okay, you guys take good care. Bye.